Yeah, this has all come about because news that some NHS trusts have been giving contraceptive implants to girls as young as 10 years old. It shocked many people this week. Now, the headline, obviously, those 10-year-old girls were very, very special circumstances.
Yeah, there was also headlines this week for sex education for 5-year-olds as well.
It's got everybody talking. Now, one woman who thinks that it's not a bad thing to consider contraception at that age is Megan Oakley. Now, Megan is a mother, and she was a mother at a very young age, so she believes that 10 isn't too young at all. When I say young,
how
old were you when you fell pregnant?
I was 13 when I fell pregnant.
13, and then 14 when you had your...
14 when I gave birth.
To lovely Ashton, who we're going to meet in a minute, and he's absolutely gorgeous.
And you're 19 now?
I'm 19
you're
now,
19
yes.
At 13, what did you know? What did you think you knew? Did you think you knew what you had to know?
I mean, at 13, I didn't have much sex education taught to me. I knew briefly about some contraceptives, but I didn't know too much about it.
What were they teaching you at school at that stage?
All that I got taught in school was about personal hygiene and head lice. It was nothing to actually do with sex education.
So when you became sexually active, you were just 13 years old.
Yes.
Did you, with the boy in concern, did you talk about contraception? Did he mention it? Did either of you know?
He was older.
He was a bit older.
He was a bit older, but both of us were both so young, we just didn't have a clue. We didn't even think it would happen to us.
So your mum didn't know, obviously, that you were having sex. When did you realise you were pregnant?
I actually realised I was pregnant when I started feeling quite tired, and it was quite a bit on in the relationship. But because obviously I was so young, I didn't understand about period cycles either. So I actually Googled my symptoms and it came up with pregnancy. So that's when I knew. Then I was.
And when that popped up, what did you think? What was your reaction?
I was just like, is this really happening? Is this really true? So yeah.
And did you think this is the end of your world?
I guess so. I mean,
you're 13, you're 13 years of age, and you've got to break the news to someone. I presume it's your mum you go to first of all.
Yeah.
How did you raise the subject, and what was mum's reaction?
I actually said to my mum I needed to talk to her about something, and she actually guessed what was up.
So you could see your little white face.
Yes,
scared to death.
Yes, she could see.
And your mum was very supportive.
Yeah, she was absolutely brilliant to me. She's supported me all the way.
Okay, you must have had people around you.
Yes.
Who would have said, Megan, you're 13, why are you going ahead with this?
I know, I did.
So I presume that was most people saying that to you.
Yeah, I had a lot of negativity from it. I had a lot of people saying you're only 13.
Was it scary?
Yeah, it was really scary, and I mean, at 13 you don't really know how to deal with people's comments properly as well, so I just kind of took it all to heart.
So why did you decide to go ahead?
I knew straight away, as soon as I did find out I was pregnant, I knew straight away that I was going to keep the baby, and I don't know, I just knew straight away I wanted that baby.
It was just right for you.
So you carried on. You carried on going to school, didn't you? Because you said you were only 13 when you got pregnant.
Yes.
How difficult was that, walking about school?
Walking about school, I mean, everyone knew me as the girl that was pregnant, or the girl in school with the kids. And I did have abusive remarks said to me or about me. There was all eyes on me. People were talking about me, whispering about me. But I stayed in, and I've done it all.
And you got all your GCSEs, didn't you, at the end of all that? Well done you. So let's talk about the nitty-gritty, because I know this is what you want.
Yes.
This is the message you're trying to get out there, which is, you might fall in love with a boy and you have relationships, but the actual reality of being 14 years old and becoming a mum and actually going through a birth is not as rosy as sometimes people might think.
Yeah.
So how did you find the whole birthing experience?
The birthing experience was very traumatic. I had a 10 pound 6 baby at 14.
That's massive.
Very big boy.
So he was a big boy.
Big baby.
Look at him.
It was very traumatic, but I got through it, and it definitely
Well, not only have you got through it, so the whole idea of talking to you today is how we progress this idea, how we debate this idea, and should girls as young as you were be given implants to prevent this. And this is the controversial thing here. You go out and about into schools and you talk about this. You're what's called a peer educator. What is that?
Basically, I do teenage peer educating voluntarily. So I'll go into schools in the area that I'm from, and I'll share my journey that I've been on with the students, and I'll kind of talk to them about contraception as well and where they can access it from. But it's actually quite shocking because, I mean, some students actually don't have a clue, and you'd think that they would, because it's been...
You see, I suppose for people our age, we have very little sex education at school, and we used to say, well, contraception's so easily available now. People talk about it, it's all out in the open. People maybe still don't understand why young girls are still getting pregnant when young boys, and you know that the contraception is there. So why do you think these kids aren't getting that message?
I think there should be more kind of education about where they can access it from. I think there are enough services offering contraception, but it's just knowledge of where they can actually go.
Their minds may grow up, or sorry, their bodies may grow up, it doesn't mean their minds do. Let's talk about this implant that they actually get. It's a small flexible tube, it's inserted under the skin of the upper arm, and what that does is it stops the release of an egg from the ovary by releasing progesterone into your body. Side effects can include headaches, acne, nausea, mood swings. It does not protect against sexually transmitted infections, and it hasn't even been medically tested on under 18s, but it has been given to at least 3 10-year-olds and almost 10,000 girls under the age of consent.
I think that's the problem, isn't it, Megan, that a lot of parents, I said the 10-year-olds were very special cases, but for girls under 16, which is the legal age, I think a lot of parents go, I don't really want them going to get contraception without my knowledge. Surely this is something that we should be talking to them about. Say, is this what you really want? So what message, you know, as a young girl yourself, young woman yourself who got into this situation at 13, what message would you like to give these girls? Are you trying to say to them, don't start having sexual relations too early, you know, it's about relationships, don't be pressured into doing it? Or are you saying, if you are going to do it and you're ready, despite being under the legal age, you need to protect yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not saying for 10-year-olds to go out and have sex. I'm just saying that if they are sexually active at that age, and I think that they should be offered contraception, it can obviously prevent teenage pregnancy and
STIs.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Well, what you'll not forget about is this little boy. Ashton, come here. Let's see what a looker this boy is. Right, so he's now 6. Very nice to meet you. Very good to see you. 4.
Silly Uncle Eamon.
He's 19, pregnant 13. Well, he has to be at least 5. So
he's nearly 5.
Really
5 in the summer.
You said 6.
Well, I didn't take into account the 9 months
anyway,
gestation period.
He's lovely.
Behind him, on your arm, it says, what does that tattoo in your arm say? I was just reading that.
Oh, it's nothing to do.
Yeah, but it says, let your past make you better.
Oh, it's a quote about let your past make you better, not bitter.
Not bitter.
Yeah.
So, in terms of him, has he made you a better person?
Yeah, I mean, before I was actually even pregnant, I didn't do very well at school, I just bunked all the time, and then as soon as he was here and everything, I just went straight back into school, done my GCSEs, went to college for 2 years, and now I am where I am. So
well, where you are, thank you very much indeed for telling us where you are, Ashton. Good man, thank you. Son, when you're 21, you're going to regret that so much.
When Mummy's playing that, the 18th birthday party. It's great to meet you, Megan, and to you, Ashton. You're lovely.
Thank you. More advice and all of this is there. It's on our website. Don't forget about that. Thanks. Bye. Bye. And we've got a lot of fashion to get through after the break. Don't go away.